What's up, everybody? This is Venice Irving back again for another video. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about the most important topic of all and the most controversial topic of all: how to control social media trolls and how to detox from social media. All right? So let's get into it. So the first thing I wanted to share with you is that I will be looking at my notes. So if you see me looking down, you know I'm looking at my notes. Secondly, I actually was watching somebody's YouTube video. I follow this gentleman by the name of Alan Parr, and he wrote this long epistle really about why he did not like to read the comments on his videos, because sometimes the comments were mostly positive, but sometimes he did get negative comments, and those comments would cause him to feel really down, really negative, and sometimes he would have sleepless nights because of negative comments. And I thought, I'm sure many people are affected by people's negative comments online. Even I sometimes feel tempted to respond to a troll when someone accuses me, especially if they're accusing me of something that I did not do. I want to defend myself. I want to fight. But in order for you to have a great reputation online, it's easy, even though it's easy to get into the fist fight online, it's better to withhold and restrain yourself and not comment. I'm gonna give you some tips on what you can do when you face social media trolls on your page, or if you are in a conversation online and you find someone is accusing you or attacking you, especially when you did not do anything wrong and when they are wrongfully accusing you. So the first thing I want to say is, before you even go to respond to these social media trolls, the first thing you need to do is reflect. Reflect on your habits and evaluate your social media pages, your social media accounts, the accounts that you always go to and always visit. Are these pages negative? Do you find that when you go on it, it makes you angry? It causes you to feel dejected, gloomy, and maybe it causes you to just not have a good day after you've gone on that page. I would suggest that you avoid those pages, delete them from your account if you so desire, block them from your account so you don't even see them, because you do have persons that are on social media that cause controversy. That is their brand. And in order for you to stay clear and to keep your peace, you need to make sure that you are not in on those pages commenting. All right. Another thing I want you to do too is to ask yourself some questions. Ask if these activities, the social media activity, is it negatively impacting your mental wellness? Is it something where when you go on social media, you're always tempted to say something harsh or negative to someone else? Or are you tempted to get in a social media fight or an argument? If you feel like you are always being tempted, maybe it's time for you to do a social media detox. Take a step back from social media, because guess what? It's not that big of a deal. People, it's not that big a deal. So take a step back. Many of these people you don't even know. The trolls are usually bots, those automatic bots that spew out hate and propaganda for people to see and hear and just feed on. So many of the times you see these trolls, they're not even real. So get your priorities intact and ensure that you are not going on social media to negatively impact your mental health. Another question is, how about your productivity and your creativity? Is social media activity negatively impacting your productivity and creativity? If you realize that you're on social media and you're not being productive for the day because you're constantly on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and YouTube, then that's the time for social media detox. Pull back and restrain yourself from going on social media every day. And the last question I have for you is it taking time away from your activities that normally make you happy? Do you schedule time for family? Do you schedule time for study? Or do you schedule time for your hobbies? If not, then you're spending too much time on social media. Social media is taking up too much time, and therefore it can be burdensome on your mental health when it takes up too much of your time. So let's go straight into the tips for social media trolls. The first thing you do is, when you have your own page or your social media channel on YouTube, make sure you establish a policy. Let them know that, let anyone know that comes on your page, that this is a place of peace. This is a place for positive affirmation and positive messages. You do not allow negativity on your page. So let that be plain and clear at the very beginning, so that when people come on and they breach your policies, you know, well, you've breached it, so you've got to go. Secondly, sometimes when the trolls say something, write something, text something, just ignore them. If it's not that big a deal, if you can just let that roll off your back, that'll be good for you. So ignoring the trolls, that's a second tip. The third tip is respond with facts, especially if you're being accused wrongfully. Just respond with the facts and with truth. And like the Bible says, the truth will set you free. The next one is diffuse with humor. Sometimes you can make a joke here or there. I know Crystal Tomlinson is very good at that. She will diffuse any social media troll or negativity with a good joke, and that gets everyone laughing. The fifth one is block or ban them. And I always say, this is my motto when I go on social media: block and delete. I have no time for the foolishness. You don't know me, I don't know you. Let's keep it moving. All right, the next one is correct mistakes. Maybe mistakes were made on your part and someone called you out on it. And maybe that person's not a troll. Maybe they just want you to fess up and to be accountable for your mistakes. So correct them. Be big enough to apologize if you've done something wrong. And just make everything right as much as you can, right? Don't be baited. You do have some of these trolls that try to bait you and catch you in an argument, and to make it seem as if you are the one that's in the wrong, and at the end of it, you look like a fool. Yeah, you look like you're crazy on social media, arguing and spewing hate to people. So listen, if someone is trying to bait you, ignore them, block them, ban them, delete them. Just keep it moving. And the last one is, this tip was given from one of the magazines. It says don't delete their posts, but personally I say delete them. I don't have time to go back on my old posts that I've done and look at the comments and still see those negative comments up there. I will delete them and block them without question and without apology. Okay? All right, and let's now go to the tips for social media detox. When you're encountering too much negativity, it's time to pull back. It's time for a detox. So the first thing you can do is delete your social media apps. So say you have a million social media apps on your phone, and you just want to concentrate on maybe one or two. You don't want to be on all of them. So delete most of them and maybe just keep the ones that you definitely need to be on. Maybe LinkedIn, because of course LinkedIn is great for your career, and maybe Facebook, because maybe you have a group that you focus on Facebook with wellness and health and stuff like that. Yeah. So it's always good to just focus on just maybe one or two apps that you can give good positive messages on, and then you can just move away from it after a while. Secondly, detox with a friend. Get a friend. Tell someone that you are close to, that you can confide in, that, hey, I'm having problems with social media. Help me. I need you to be my accountability partner. And see how that goes. It's always good when a friend is there encouraging you and advising you along the way. The next tip, which is the third tip, is give your phone a bedtime. It's time for you to go to bed. If your bedtime is 10 or 10:30, guess what? Your phone has a bedtime too, and it's going to sleep. So charge your phone and have it overnight, and try to see if you can get your phone outside of your bedroom for the night. Do not keep your phone near your bed table or in the room at all. Put it in the living room, in the bathroom, in the kitchen if you have to, but keep it away from you so that you can have a good night's rest. And next one is to set time limits on apps. There is an app that actually helps you to set time limits on each app that you're on. And say you want to just check Facebook for 20 minutes. Then you put that time limit there, and then at the end, when the 20 minutes is done, then that app will shut down and then you can't check anymore. That will help you to be accountable to yourself. And the last tip is replace social media time with a new hobby or an activity. What have you always wanted to do? Have you always wanted to be a fashion designer? Maybe you wanted to learn to sew. Maybe you wanted to learn to play basketball or to swim. Enroll in a swimming class. Go and learn how to sew or do crocheting. Go and learn a new language. There's so many other things you can be doing other than being on social media. Find a new hobby. Find some activities to do to pull you away from the device. And that will help you to find peace in your life. All right, so I am done. Those are the tips I have for you today. I hope that you can think about it, seriously contemplate using those tips in your life so that you can live a better life, a more peaceful life off social media. All right, so until another video, I'll see you then. Take care. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. And until then, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.